Titanic. If it hadn't sunk an alternate story, the days aboard the Titanic passed smoothly, and the atmosphere between Jack and Rose grew warmer with each moment. There was nothing separating them anymore but time itself. Rose had finally decided to rebel against her fiancé Cal and against the rigid life of the upper class. A moment of decision. One clear night on the ship's deck, Rose looked up at the stars and said to Jack, "If we get off this ship tomorrow, I don't want to go back to my old life." Jack smiled and took her hand. "Then we won't. We'll start freshy in America, rival in New York." Days later, Titanic arrived at the port of New York, welcomed by massive celebrations as the largest and most luxurious ship to ever cross the ocean. Rose stepped off the ship without her family or her fiancé. Cal tried to follow her, but Rose rejected him in front of everyone and boldly said, "I was never yours, and I never will be." A new life in America. Jack and Rose rented a tiny room in a working-class neighborhood in New York and started from scratch. Jack painted and sold his art in public parks. Rose worked in a small bookstore, then enrolled in literature and art studies, though they faced poverty and hardship. Their life was full of love and freedom. Years later, Jack became a well-known artist and held his first solo exhibition titled "A Woman on the Edge of the World," with Rose as the subject of most of his paintings. They had 2 children and traveled the world together, always remembering those days on the deck of the Titanic. But this time, the story didn't end in tragedy. It marked the beginning of a life they never even dared to dream of. Conclusion: had the ship not sunk, maybe we'd never have known the power we hold when we choose love, freedom, and a life truly our own.